Hello again, everyone. We are Gaming by Gaslight, and welcome back to another episode of Stellaris as the Sulivan Stellar Parliament. When we last left off, we were basically in a state of peace, more or less. The Great Khan had been defeated for some time. The L-Gate had been opened, and it turned out to... Actually, you know, I only just noticed their kind of creepy, tentacly symbol here. So, yeah. The Desanu consonants. Someday we're probably going to have to deal with them. Meanwhile, over here, the United Ifil Cartel had a machine uprising, which... I forget whether I was visibly moving my fleets as the last episode ended, but I had noticed that you can see the war effort has changed dramatically here. I had noticed that their homeworlds were being attacked, so I figured, hey, I'll send my fleets over here to defend them. Well, turns out maybe I should have left things well enough alone as I had initially suggested I should, because, as we can see here, I ended up taking out, I guess, their main... the machine's main fleet, or both their main fleets, and they apparently never recovered from that, so yeah, here we are in this situation. Is there something going on in this black hole? So I'm sure we've been over here. It doesn't look like anyone's doing anything to it, so, you know, that's cause for some concern, I suppose. Anyway, but yeah, my getting involved has basically doomed the Decron, an intelligent machine species, I might add, to death. Which, I don't really feel great about that. However, the flip side, an argument that one might make, is they were xenophages and they were apparently planning to eat the Ifil. They may be rocks, but damn it, there are rocks. They're sentient, talking rock people. So, I guess the point is, at the end of the day, I'm not sure how I feel about this. Maybe I'm getting too into, like, trying to imagine what things would be like on the ground, you know, in a situation like this. You know, how would it feel sending my fleets to destroy an intelligent species that, for all I know, because, frankly, we didn't get a lot of flavor text here to explain why the machines were uprising. We just know that they were uprising. And, yeah. Also, our mineral development is running into a bit of a snag here, so that's a bit unfortunate, but life goes on. So what's happening over here? Rising unemployment on Kelnik colony. So if we zoom back over here... I mean, that is kind of troublesome, but we are... We seem to have hit a point of... well, I mean, this is probably the problem right here. I have so many machines. Like, I just produce machines at a ridiculous rate. I mean, weren't we barely at 1,000 towards the end of the last episode? Maybe. Now, you know, we've got all this going on. Oh yeah, am I doing anything with the artisan troop? Let's give them a chat. I will become your patron. There we go. Don't know if I care about this. We will organize a festival, because 1,000 energy ducats is not that much. It also encourages growth and happiness. So lots of sex and music. Yay! Anyway, so with that out of the way, yeah, we've got this, and we'll just increase, unemployment benefits.
Research concluded.
So, you know, that's a thing we can do. We are also producing our food. I forgot that we had a huge thing going on with the Lyrite Hive. And I don't know what they're doing, but they apparently lost the ability to actually meet their obligations. So, yeah. I wonder how that's affected their economy. I hope they're not death spiraling over there. Because I'm pretty sure we were trading like in the hundreds per month. So, maybe, you know what, let's create a new deal. There we go. We'll give you... Oh, that's what I'm producing per month. Let's, yeah, I'll give you for 30 years. In return, I would like you to give me as many okay. Well, actually, at this point, maybe I should just ask for monthly minerals. Because we're kind of having a bit of a tricky situation with that ourselves. Sure, why not? That's good enough. Good enough. All right, there we go. Because, yeah, we're at a point where we seem to... We need to build a lot of stuff. It's really weird to me that the whole mineral alloy thing, but whatever. We'll figure it out at some point. Like, we have a lot of building going on, as you can see here. A lot of unemployment, a lot of job stuff. A lot of it, I think, is just because we have so much robot stuff being built. Like, our civilization is growing massively. That's because of our robots. I'm actually kind of curious about that one. Like any Sulivan born completed now are born as machines, right? From the beginning. Like, they're just machines forever. Forever and always. And...
System survey concluded.
I don't know, I'm having a bit of a hard time reconciling, like, what that means for us exactly. Like, the first generation of Sulivan to become machines, we were organics going into machines, but I don't know, now there's a divide. Like, all new Sulivan born are machines from the get-go. So how does that work exactly?
Construction completed.
Because obviously they're still sentient, living, organic beings, but I don't know, maybe... Like, would they be missing what made the Sulivan? Like, even if, you know, we get aside all the questions of, you know, brain uploading and whatnot, like, what does that mean, I wonder? You know what, maybe I don't want to think about the moral and philosophical ramifications of these sorts of things. Because frankly, they scare me a little bit. Just that, like, this is something that is... I mean, it's wonderful and amazing and crazy, but at the same time, it's just like, what are we now? What have we become? And I don't really have a good answer for that. I'm also thinking, and what does this get us up to? 184, 216. Want to save room for eventually. I figure we'll have like 2 types of Titans in each fleet. Maybe. Something like that. Alright, how much do we need? 16,000 for everybody? Okay, sure, we'll do whatever we end up doing there, and that'll be exciting. I'm also working on building the mega shipyard in our capital system. Because, I mean, frankly, I am kind of wondering how important such a thing is going to be, but then again, it doesn't hurt. And then I think we'll also build the strategic command center around here somewhere as well. And then, where were they again? Yeah, these guys. The nemesis of our ancestors. No, there's, and they're still freaking xenophobes. Gosh darn it. Didn't notice that until just now. So it seems like, Well, then again, they've got time. They're only in a Stone Age. They can change. They can still... Who knows what they'll become, you know, in the, like, 10,000 years before they rise up. Ooh, what's this? Ah, the Tiblik system. The ISS Cal Tumon has encountered a massive being of pure energy in the Tiblik system. A veritable vortex of psionic forces, this entity should only be approached with the utmost caution. Bafflingly, the Tiblik system itself seems to be entirely devoid of any connection to the subspace hyperlane network. Whether this entity's presence has severed the system's hyperlane connections, or if unexpected subspace fluctuations trapped it here, is unknown. One matter is known, however. The repeating signal we first registered in the Wolzerin system appears to originate from Tiblik 2. Ah, mysterious tanker.
Evasive maneuvers.
Okay. Yeah, I hope you're going to escape. So here we go. We've got our wibbly-wobbly psionic entity here. Which does remind me that, you know, as we're sitting here, we still have the Juggernaut. That's not the Juggernaut. This is the... Dreadnought. We could build a Juggernaut. Well, that's actually what I'm building the Mega Shipyard for. Because then we have a Juggernaut that can be pumping out ships to replace what we lose as we lose them and, you know, allow us to maintain a front against the enemy. Kind of cool. Incidentally, how are we doing compared to these various empires? We're actually equivalent and superior. Interesting. And these are the fanatical friendlies. We've got these fellows here who apparently we accepted that. Damn. I hate myself for accepting that request by accident. It was an accident, but still. Oh, and it looks like I missed out on the archaeological site. Was this a cool one? Yeah, it was a cool one. You know, I did a, what did I call it? Lonely Galaxy playthrough way back. I think it was before, was it before Apocalypse came out? It was really early on. It might have even been before Leviathans came out. It was like one of the first Stellaris playthroughs I did, where we were the only empire in the galaxy. And I thought that was kind of fun, and I mostly did it just so we could check out, I should do that again and, like, base it off of the Yut or something. Which inevitably means we would probably get the Yut spawn again, and then it'd be like, I don't want the damn Yut. Most boring of all the,
key to the universe.
Of all the, precursors. Yeah, I figure the way I'm gonna go with this is damage, speed, and then shields. And with these, it'll be whatever happens to strike my fancy at any given moment. Yeah. There's a lot of repeatables in engineering. It almost makes you think that engineering should be split to two separate tracks for, like, I don't know, planet-bound engineering and space-bound. But then again, that wouldn't necessarily solve the problem of there being like 100 million repeatable texts for engineering compared to the other sciences. Actually, to be honest, it'd be kind of nice, now that I think about it, if... right, we can't do any of those things, but I am thinking to myself, something we may want to do. Let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, 160. I've only got 77. Alright, I want that for sure. We probably want this. Hearts and minds. Sure, why not? More mega structure-y buildiness. Can't afford it. But yeah, I mean, I guess the point is, eventually I think we want all of these. Because why not? I want to build everything. And I want it now. Now, dang it. Ooh, what's this? Now that Malk Cirkin has been settled for a while, some data irregularities have been noticed. Specifically, the moon Upstaff 3A does not seem to be made of remotely similar material to Malk Cirkin. This suggests it was not formed at the same time, but rather originally formed somewhere else and somehow was captured by the gravity of Mal Circan at a later decade or date. Quite where Upstaff 3A came from is currently a mystery.
Situation log has been updated.
And we also completed our gateway. Alright, well, we've got ourselves a mystery on our hands. So what do you say, gang? Let's go investigate. Also, let's, oh, we're actually already terraforming everything. Everything that can be terraformed into a Gaia world is becoming a Gaia world. Also, get ourselves some more colonies here. Because why not? They're 4 years old. Oh, literally every single one of these is becoming its own colony. Or its own system. Oh, you've got brain slugs. How are these brain slugs spreading? I'm actually kind of finding myself wondering. And you, yeah, you need a governor now. I do like having robot governors. We'll go with research. Because why not? Oh, and... oh my goodness, we're growing much too fast. It's all happening too quickly for me. And you know what? I want to focus on getting more unity. Because now we are at the point where we just have... yeah, I'm probably going to go overboard with it, but hey, if it keeps us busy and gives our people something to do with their time, then why not? Alright, I shouldn't go too crazy with building stuff, because we are still working on... honestly, I could probably even get rid of... I could get rid of all our generator districts. Replace them with cities. Oh. Except I... God, it costs so many minerals to build everything. We're at a crazy point in our time here. I like it. But also... oh, there's a pirate fleet over there.
The project has concluded.
Oh, message pop up. Message pop, there we go. Rogue Moonbase. The mysteries of Upstaff 3A have been revealed. A detailed survey revealed that the moon is slightly lopsided, with the far side of the moon having a disproportionately large share of the total mass. The reason for this, we believe, is that Upstaff 3A once orbited another planet which was destroyed in a cataclysmic explosion. The extra thickness on the far side of Upstaff 3A is because that was the side which faced its original planet. The extra material is part of the mass of that planet, which was blown into Upstaff 3A, knocking it out of the orbit and sending it eventually into the orbit of Mal Circan. They speculate that the planet was destroyed by a weapon, or perhaps just an attempt to create a power source based on dark matter, as there are high concentrations of it in the planetary material coating the far side of the moon. Nice. Research dark matter drawing. Ooh, that's... ooh, I think. Well, it must be, because I don't recall having seen that before. And you know what? This construction ship is just sitting here, so... as we've established before, we do have a piracy problem down here, despite our best efforts. So... what we probably need to do is build... well, actually, we have a growing piracy problem over here as well. So what we probably need to do is build a few more gateways. Like, a gateway here to suck up some of the trade. Or here. Somewhere is the point, I guess. Alright, so let's, you're busy building something. You can go over there. Okay, so we want you to go there, and then we'll jump over here, and you'll have to fill in some of these holes. But the gateway should probably come first. Route some of that trade, which, I mean, I guess probably renders this obsolete, but hey. It's all still for a good cause. Let's build the gateway... let's build it here. Which I can't do yet, because I lack the influence for it. Or wait, is that actually true? I don't think that's true. is in fact not true. All right, so we will build the gateway again. Try to put it somewhere strategically between the two jump points so that when we arrive, we're in a good position to do stuff. And then I should honestly build down here. Unless I can get these guys to join my federation. They're actually... Wow, they're having a real problem with me, and it's mostly from border friction. Used to be such good friends, despite our differences. Oh, what's this? Resourceful. Why did I get that? Have access to 10 different... What? Why did that achievement pop up? Alright, so a little bit of a interest... Oh, and the deck run multiplex have been destroyed. What a shame. Which also means the war's over. Well, that's, interesting. Oh, there's the enigmatic cache. It's making its way throughout, society. But anyway, moving on. Resourceful used to be, for anyone who's not familiar with the history of Stellaris, there used to be, I can't remember what they all were, but there was like terraforming gas, that is the wrong thing. Terraforming gases and other things. I can't remember what they all were, but there used to be, as you can probably guess, more than, or at least 10, rather, at least 10 different strategic resources. But now that is no longer the case. Also of interest to me is the fact that no one is actually in breach of galactic law. Which is kind of funny to me because it does seem like that ends up happening a lot. Or at least in some of my other games I have played off camera. Man, buying minerals is cheap. Wasn't I at my cap? Well, then again, I guess. Alright, it is getting a little expensive. But hey, I've got the money, so I can do what I want, dang gummit. And so oh. Can I replace some of this with cities? I can. In fact, I might replace all of these with cities, because again, we are producing... How much are we actually producing per month? Almost 4,500, so... Cities are probably more important at this point. Just jack up our population. Crazy population. Build all kinds of commercial zones, I guess. We can do whatever we want. We're rich. Rich beyond our wildest dreams. Okay. I might want to actually completely get rid of robot building on this planet. Yeah, no robots. Mostly because there's already so many of us. We'll... Might even actually have to say, hey, stop building people on this planet. But, we'll give that a second. I mean, there are 152 people on this tomb world. That's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy indeed. Are we building city districts? We are. So it's all going to be fine. Oh yeah, V or ROM. Weird habitability settings, to be honest with you. I can't terraform it. Okay. Maybe I could turn it into an ecumenopolis if I had the Ascension perk, but anyway, getting back to that resourceful thing. I never completely finished that story, did I? And oh my god, there's trade that's not being taken advantage of. This cannot stand. So I think the way to do this would be to build a station over here. How are the people here, I wonder, these Bronze Age people? Because eventually they're going to notice all this space stuff floating around. Well, these guys are definitely going to notice at some point. But anyway, resourceful. So eventually, I think it was in the Laguin update, it got changed. And then, of course, obviously, with no longer there being 10 plus types of strategic resources, there was a question of, oh, well, how are you going to get the that achievement? And then it was apparently changed so that it would just automatically unlock when you started a new game.
System survey
but
concluded.
I have played a couple of games at this point now. Since coming back into Stellaris, and I can tell you, it doesn't unlock. So I'm kind of curious what unlocks that achievement at this point. But apparently 20% of players have unlocked it, so It's evidently still possible. It's just like some weird phantom achievement now that you randomly get. They should probably change the description on it. Gods only know. I certainly don't. And I'm not a god, so I guess that would explain why I don't know. Why can't I get through? Oh, because of the Khanate. Right. Alright, well, our science ships will wander around until they run out of stuff to do, and then we'll find tech worlds for them to orbit and help with various jobs. And I'm gonna have to send my military down here eventually in order to actually do something with that. But I think it's time to wrap this episode up, and I figure I am gonna kind of continue mostly just fast-forwarding until interesting stuff happens, because we are kind of getting into the end game. And we're also at the point where the game really starts slowing down, so yeah, that'll be interesting. I might fast forward all the way up until 2400, which is when, if the War in Heaven's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Because these guys will start waking up and all that jazz. To be honest, actually, maybe I should, in future games, unless I'm playing on a smaller galaxy size, push the endgame start year to an earlier time. I think the Eldritch Horror is in there, or was in there. Who knows? Like I said, I certainly don't. So, until the next time, as always, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, or maybe leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. And I will see all of you in the next video.